The final key concept for this time period is 8.3. It says, post-war economic and demographic changes had far-reaching consequences for American society, politics, and culture. So this is the really positive part of the story. After World War II, the United States experienced dramatic economic growth. There really was this sense of optimism about the power of America and its economy. The federal government was pouring all kinds of money into the economy, businesses began growing, and at the same time, American troops used the GI Bill to go to college and to buy new homes. As they settled into their family units at the end of World War II, they also had lots of children, and that's why the period from 1945 to 1960 is called the baby boom. But there were so many changes taking place to American society during this time. As people became more socially mobile, they began moving around the country. Many Americans began moving to the South and West really for the first time. This region became known as the Sun Belt and emerged as a significant political and economic force. It's really during these years that people moved to California for the first time. Also, in 1965, new immigration laws practically invited immigrants from all around the world to seek access to political and social and economic opportunities in the United States. It's during these years that America becomes truly diverse. Another trend of this time period is something we call mass culture. It's becoming homogenous. People are beginning to watch the same things on TV. They're wearing the same clothes. They're participating in something we call suburban conformity. And this conformity begins to be resisted by artists and intellectuals and other rebellious youth. You can think of the Beat Generation, writers like Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac. You can think of the movie A Rebel Without a Cause starring James Dean. This is a picture of young people resisting the values of their parents. The effect of this resistance, what becomes called a counterculture, is a greater informality just becomes part of American culture. And there were new changes to sexual norms, what's called often the sexual revolution. Finally, the test writers want you to know about the rapid growth of evangelical Christian churches and organizations, which was accompanied by greater political activism on the part of religious conservatives. So as you think about time period 8, it's an important part of this test because it reflects years of uncertainty, key concept 8.1. It reflects the emergence of a civil rights movement, key concept 8.2, and it reflects dramatic changes to American culture, which is key concept 8.3.